or whatever. And my whole fucking, the most important thing in my life, for me, again, going back to who I was as a kid, was a guy who was interested in people. And I wasn't like judging people, like, I was just willing to be them. And maybe that's why I became an actor. And I grew up in New York. And I was like, this is people, people, people. Every day growing up, I would meet somebody. You're on the subway. And now, you know, people go to the Home Depot with me, and we go and I hang and we talk and we do a thing, and that's who I am. And to some degree, you're not able to communicate because you can't. You've got a bubble around yourself. It's this thing, and there's another way that part of the thing that made it a little bit easier for me to get out of Scientology than other people was that I would always look at the religion side. And it's like, because again, I was always interested in religion. And when they get exclusive, you got to wonder. You know, in other words, you know, I don't have anything against anybody's religion. It's fine. But, you know, the evangelicals are the only ones going to heaven. And the Muslims are the only one going to Allah or whatever. And the Scientologists are the only people who know. I go, well, I don't think so. It doesn't make sense to me. You know, and there's an interesting story. Like one of the things that, like they said that, like one of the things that took the biggest hits on religion in this century was it fucked up a lot of people. You know, World War I was a vicious, awful war, different than others, with gases and mustard gas, and it was terrible, and people were slaughtered, and it fucked up a lot of the Germans and the Americans when they go and they'd see their bodies, and they saw that they had the same Bible. They said, whoa, I thought God was on my side. And it's the same, and it apparently, so it's like this kind of, you know, when things are bringing people further away from others and distancing them, and Scientology to the degree that I'm a different species. You're a wog, I'm a homo novus. And I'm homo novus enough to be loving of you. You see what I'm saying? That's pretty bad. You know, and then you look at that, you know, and radical Islam, you know, it's like, it's not that different.
And yet Scientology says that they're not exclusive, that you can certainly be any other religion and be a Scientologist.
Now, let me tell you something. I talked to many terminals about this. Because after a certain point, when I'm down on the fucking bottom, after going through this, and I've never complained about money, and I'm not rich, but I never complained about it. You never had to fucking beg me for a fucking thing. I would go in and throw it down. When I was ready to do it, I'd say, let's go. And I wasn't ready because I didn't have the bread. It was, I wanted to be ready because I wanted to, if I'm going to fucking do this thing, I'm going to do it, you know, and I got to be behind it. And that's where I was at as a Scientologist. But I told those fucking people, because they're always talking about, you know what they're doing? You know why they need all this money? You know what their real goal is? It's to clear the planet. To clear the planet. And you know what the good news is? We only have to clear about 3/4 of it, and just the fact of our being so theta, the other quarter will just clear instantly, and the SPs will crumble. And you saw the little wicked witch when she got water thrown on her because you made about that's what'll happen to the fucking SP. But I said to them, because now after a while you start feeling like a fucking, hey man, this ain't like a little mistake. That cost me 50 G's. You know, and you start doing that a couple of thousand fucking times. You say, hey, I'm getting pissed. You know, that's a lot of money. Okay? And you start getting into that. And they talking about all this thing. And I said, where's the money going? Nobody ever fucking gives you an answer. And they, you know, we're trying to clear the planet. I said, babies, I want to tell you something. I got news for you. There's no fucking way. You can't fucking clear Beverly Hills with these prices. There's no fucking way. It's physically impossible. Like they say, Obama, Clinton can't reach the number. There's no way. There's not enough money. It can't be done. So that's a lie. They're not trying to clear any fucking planet. And if they are, they're going to have to bring the fucking money. The price is going to have to go so fucking down. I said, I'll wait then. I'll wait. I'll do it next lifetime when it's $250 to go clear, because I can wait another 40 years. You know, and it'll save me $1 million, and I'd rather my fucking kid go to private school. You know, so fuck it.
How are celebrities treated inside Scientology?
All I know is how I was treated. And, you know, my peers. I mean, that's who I hung out with. I know that it's a lot different. Actually, I do. Only because, like, this was another question for me. Like, here I was. I had Ray Midoff, who's the top auditor on the planet, the senior CS International. I had RTC technicians, people. Plus, and I'm in LA, and I had my own auditor, the CS, the senior CS, and then they would all go over my folder. Then they'd send it to Richard Reese at Flag, who's the senior CS of Flag, and he'd go over the floor, and they would, you know how long it took me to get a fucking CS? Like, I'd do a thing, and I'd make an origination like, you know, I'm not sure I like this. My next session would be about a month later. Because they couldn't fucking handle, because there were so many vias on the comm line. So how was I handled? I was handled with the best attention ever. And I said, you know something? If this is the best of the best, that's what I was saying to him at the end. I said, how the fuck, that's another thing I said about Clear the Planet. If you are the best motherfuckers in the world and you admitted you fucked the shit out of me, what happens to poor schmo at Orange County Org who you're saying, you know, just, because when you first say, well, you just need ethics or some fucking thing. He's still stuck in some ethics cycle going, and they're fucking, it's because they fucked him up and they said, no, you need more set checking. And he can't afford it. Or some fucking thing. And it's not even the right fucking thing. These guys don't know what they're doing. They're fucking hoping. You know what I mean? They're hoping. And the fucking crime of the bitch is they're saying, aha, we're going to work this out and I'm going to put in a little oregano. And the other guy says too much salt and here's your folder. And of course, we've got it CS and ready to go. And I'd be like, this fucking sucks. It's the wrong fucking item. And your needle's floating. I'd like to indicate it is the wrong item. And it go right back to the motherfuckers for another month. And meanwhile, I've already bought $100,000 worth of auditing. And it's more going through this thing. And then it's like just talking about some stupid fucking overts to start because I haven't had a session. Well, I masturbated and you're coming up with, who the fuck cares? I said, you know what I mean? I got nothing. It's not like I'm fucking killing people or beating my children or something. You know what I do? You know, internet porn and, I don't know. You know, I got mad at work and, you know, you got nothing to fucking say. And this is it. And that'll fucking eat the whole cocksucker. It's just unbelievable.
Celebrities are used heavily for recruiting.
Yeah.
And they recruit young actors coming to town. I see every weekend in Backstage West, now it's up to 5 or 6 ads for different workshops they do. Are you familiar with
Yeah.
at all?
Yeah, I gave one.
Know about?
Yeah, they got me to do one once. Yeah, people got interested and they signed up for courses. And they use people to do that. I suppose they're targeting actors. That's what I've understood. It's good public relations for them, I suppose. Or if somebody hits big, it's thanks to Scientology.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who do them, and at first they were very reticent to do some of the things, say some of the things that they're pressured to do. In other words, you know, Scientology, and say that Scientology, and that you use the ethics conditions all the time, you know, in your career and all these kind of things. But after they've done a couple of them, they even start to believe it. It's very hard. You have to look. I mean, you know, these are decent, good people, and they. It's like, I don't want to say so many alarming things, but I mean, it's, you know, how do people get involved in these destructive relationships just between two people? You know, there's a lot of people that get knocked around and come back. And, you know, I doubt the person knocked them around on the first date. And it's,